Is it fair to expect a higher level of political consciousness on the part of the black middle class vis-a-vis the black working class?
There's that saying that to whom much is given, much is expected. A simple answer is, if you can help a fellow brother because you're in a slightly better position, and if you know the challenges that they are likely to face because you yourself have faced them, I think consciously, it's not only morally, the right thing to do, but I think as society, that's when you develop, that's when you grow.
I would be inclined to argue that much more than we are, the ANC is the epitome of the party of capital.
The ANC is very middle class. It uses the party discipline movement of the left with a bias to the working class continuously as justification, almost as a slight cover, a veneer over the extent to which it is a middle class party. And that is why the ANC has got such a big concern with getting this political consciousness instilled in and maintained and sustained in those who have benefited.
And the DA?
And yes, the DA is not in power. For me, and this is part of my argument now, the DA is in power in a few places, in the provinces and municipalities and so on, and they haven't got the exact kind, or they have a bit of power over tenders and so on, but not the exact kind of economic leverage that the ANC has. The ANC would have to balance those perceptions and experiences too of the lower classes to make sure they continue believing that the ANC, essentially middle class project, is also working for the lower classes.
Let's take schools, for example. Private schools now today were being targeted by SADU because they're saying, like, you guys are not feeling it. And you can tell the frustration of the working class of, like, you guys are there. If you're not in your blue lights, then you're in the Mini Coopers and your Mercedes Benzes, and you're flying right by us and not seeing us. So the worry is about this. Of course, it gives us an advantage. And how is it that we can really bridge that gap?
There are two different types of wealth, at least two different, probably more. And this is why I like the classification that Ivan was talking about. You're talking about tenderpreneurs, obviously. I mean, the link doesn't need to be explained. But there's also a bunch of young black professionals under the age of 40, the first generation to have benefited from democracy. And after that, the second generation, the born frees, who would be, someone who might have a business science degree from UCT and being offered a cushy job from RMB and live quietly in Sandton. I don't think that person should be viewed through the political lens.